Good morning on this beautiful Sunday, December 2018. This is CFT, aka Core for Thought, and this is coming from Core Initiative. I am the marketing manager of the Royal Valentine, and this is something that we will do once a week. And Core for Thought really is about giving information, unknown information to people who don't know too much about keeping up with their health and wellness and strength of the mind, and moving forward in the productivity of the body. Don't forget, we can still advance our health. We can still maintain a good consistency with our health. And that's what we're good. That's what I'm going to talk about for a couple minutes today, is that staying committed. And that is the core for thought. And before I get into this, don't forget, today is the 16th. And we are still, doing the holiday giveaway or holiday giveaway for Core Initiative. And that is very, very important. Don't forget to link up with us and still find out about the requirements, because we still have 4 days. There's 4 days left for us to uh, come up with what we need to do for unfortunate family for these holidays. Now, that's going to happen regardless, but we're giving everybody else an opportunity to donate or to contribute, and we're giving the families an extra opportunity to get all the requirements in. Once again, I will say the requirements. Excuse me. It's we need your name. We need your the name of your family members, the genders, male or female. If there's kids in the family, if you're a single mom or a single dad taking care of your kids, we need all ages documented. We also need a short paragraph about your family, a small story about, what you guys are going through, and tell us about everybody in your family, and send a picture. If you don't know no more requirements, if you want to know more requirements, I'm sorry, don't forget to contact us. You got 4 days until the 20th. And after the 20th, that's the deadline. We're going to, finalize picking the unfortunate family that will get a blessed holiday. So, core for thought. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about staying committed. Now, commitment is kind of a dangerous word in some people's eyesight, and not just because that's something that they have to do almost every single day, but some people fear commitment because they fear failure. And this is one thing that something we don't want to do is fail in our health and our wellness, and getting information about how we can continue to stay healthy and grow physically, spiritually, and mentally. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, y'all. Now, there's a couple of facts that I do know that I researched and I found out, and I'm going to talk to you guys about it, a little bit later. So remember, consistency. There's a lot of power in consistency. Um, some people call it, being repetitive in what they do every day, because subconsciously, when we repeat something, subconsciously we're going to do it. And once you add that into becoming healthy, or changing your eating habits, or changing your workout habits, or anything like that, we all also have to know the basic instructions about, not just the instructions, but the basic findings and information that we might not know about trying to stay healthy, or looking for a way to get more healthier than we are today. So remember, there's power in consistency. Being or staying committed is not a feeling, it's a choice. Um, we might feel that we want to do better for ourselves or do better for others. Um, but we can feel that, but once you know for a fact that you ran into a path of dedication and commitment, that's when you subconsciously start creating a habit. And that's what we need to do. We need to create habits on some of our eating habits, some of our everyday life habits that'll change. So because you become more comfortable in taking care of yourself, and that's no joke. That's no joke because I know personally, being able to take care of yourself is is most important. Not even just in my life, but in my family's life and my kids' life also. So, power and consistency. Sometimes the lack of faith in yourself, like the lack of believing that you can be consistent in staying healthy, finding out what it is, how to change some of our eating habits, some of our exercise, and the things we do in daily life. Because don't forget, just waking up is the beginning. You know, God wakes us up, but just waking up is the beginning. The next step is what you're going to do with that day. Every day is new. So, yes, whatever we mistake that we made yesterday in trying to think about our health or our well-being, you know what I mean, is not the mistake that we're going to make today. So, consistency, also staying dedicated, taking heed, acting on the instruction that's given to you, and completing the instruction. Now, when I say instruction, I mean, excuse me, when I say instruction, I mean what we have learned, the very, very essential information that you get, not just from us, but from any source, the internet, books, blogs, and everything about health and wellness, and such as, keep maintaining diabetes, maintaining some of the chronic diseases that some of us acquire throughout our lifetime. So, power and consistency, being consistent in your eating habits, being consistent in researching also on how to um, move forward in productivity with your health. That is important. That is very, very important. You also, this is one of the things that helped me. We must think boldly. Be bold. Be bold. And sometimes, you hear curiosity killed the cat. Sometimes our curiosity pushes us forward. And you being curious about, okay, well, I have problems with, blood circulation in my legs, or I have problems with, eating a lot of sweets or salt intake or grease or fried foods and stuff like that. Or um, being comfortable at work, because sometimes stress, not sometimes, all the time, stress is one of the number one killers. It's a downer for your heart, for your health. It makes you uncomfortable. Stress stops you from doing a lot of things to maintain. Now, here's a fun fact. We must know, before I say the facts, we must know that the food intake that we do have has to be watched, especially nowadays. Back then in the old times, people used to go hunt and, eat vegetation that was from the earth, where it wasn't saturated with sodium or cholesterol, or it wasn't saturated with, gluten and all these things that slow us down and put cavities and blocks on our heart and clog up our arteries and stuff like that. So here's a fact. Food that doesn't expire contains unnatural preservatives and chemicals that deteriorate your body. We have to mostly focus on fruits, vegetables, lean meats, whole grains, low fat dairies, and we also should know that we should stay in moderation in in anything that we do and anything that we eat, anything that we drink also. And sometimes we like splurging. And it's good to splurge because you know that you've pushed your body enough to withstand some of these chemicals and stuff that they do put in these foods, or um, making it a very high priority to create a work